Welcome to Mobtv. Please do subscribe to our channel for more videos. Click on the bell button for.
Hi, great people of the world. My name is Donald, and this is Mobtv. And if you've not hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so when we post a video, you'll be the first to be alerted. I am so excited about this video I want to do right now. It's a retrospective video like in the past, and we just want to bring the past into the future to be able to set a particular pattern straight. Somebody actually requested that I do this video on the comment section, and in order also to look at the antecedents of the parties involved, it is very pertinent I do this video here. Having said that, I go straight to the point. It's about the ongoing allegation between Pastor Biodun Fatoyimbo and Busola Dakolo. But let's go retrospective to be on the side of Pastor Biodun Fatoyimbo. Why? Because Pastor Biodun Fatoyimbo is actually not talking. Nobody should coerce him to talk. After all, he's in seclusion. So, but words are not coming from his camp. So it's not as though we are just reporting or talking about what Timi said and Busola said and people on the side of Timi said, but nothing is actually happening from the camp of Pastor Biodun. So, which it is very important that we go down and look at Pastor Biodun in order to study his antecedents and also look at how it is. But on the aspect, he is a very vibrant, swagalicious man of God, aka Gucci Pastor, 100% on point, excellent. Yes, his word is boom. But on the side of the bone of contention about the allegation that is leveled against him, this is a very sensitive matter, and this is a man of God with high repute, and that is very famous. So influence is so high and very rich too. So we need to look at it very well and critically before we say the wrong things. Yes, it's about ESE Walter. That is 2013. The story that came up that Pastor Biodun actually manipulated her and trapped her in a sexual web for 1 week, having sex with her every blessed day for 1 week. And the story goes like this. If you're not very acquainted with it, I'm doing this video for those who are not acquainted, but if you're acquainted with it, beautiful, you could still listen. It goes like this. In the year 2000, she confessed in 2013, but calculating the date of her confession, it's dated back to 2010, 2011. She said she was in a sport. She was no longer comfortable with the church she actually worshipped with, and church was becoming so boring for her, so she needed some church that's got vibe and swag attached to it. So, and somebody, a friend of hers who happens to be a he, actually advised her and suggested Coza, and before then she hadn't heard about Coza. So this guy came up and said, I think you will like Coza, Common Word of Zion Assembly in Abuja. So this girl, ESE Walter, actually followed the advice and the recommendation and went to the church. On her first day, she actually decided to stick with the church. And before then, the friend actually said something very remarkable to her. He said, just go to the church. Do not be noticed. Just go to the church to worship and go away. Do not get involved. Do not get close to the pastor. And also, do not join any work departments like choir department, technical department, or whatever department. Do not join any department. Just go like a normal member. And she obeyed for 8 months. She's been worshiping with the church for 8 good months. And one day came up, a member who happens to be a leader in the church actually walked up to her and tell her that the pastor wanted to see her. And she was like, wow, like maybe her sins are so much that the pastor now knows about her ill doings, and maybe the Holy Spirit has ministered to the pastor. So she was in that spot of being nervous and all that. And but after the second service, she summoned courage to go meet the pastor. And in a discussion in the meeting, the pastor actually requested, that is Pastor Biodun Fatoyimbo, actually requested that she joins a workforce in the church. And particularly, she wanted her to join the pastoral care unit, that PCU. So she thought about it and gave into it. But before she could know it, she's already working with the pastoral care unit. And in that unit, she did well. And she said the game changed. The attention was so beautiful. She had to look on point, not look careless, look beautiful to attend church. Why? Because there is this fashion competition too that goes alongside. But the whole experience felt so beautiful and nice with the kind of friends she met there. Fantastic people. So fast forward to a time when her admission was due for her to go have her master's in London. So she had worked with the pastoral care unit for 1 year. and it is requested of them. It is requested of the workers to write an application of exit, or if need be, that they should write an application to if they're leaving the church for a long time. So she had to pen down her application of going to UK, that's London, to have her master's program. Yeah. Now she did that, and the pastor, which got the pastor's attention, and the pastor called her and said, okay, you're leaving for, she said yes. So I want to, when you get to London, you have to make sure when you settle down, you have to call me, so I'll have your number. I need to follow up on you to make sure you still stand in faith, because there are stories of people who leave the church, and when they get outside there, they just get swept away and carried away by the things of distraction. So that he wanted to always follow her up. So, which she, wow, beautiful, coming from man of God, she accepted. And when she got to London, she settled, and they kept talking. She called the pastor, telling her that, sorry, beg your pardon, telling him that I've settled down in London, and it was so beautiful. And she had a lot of challenges with him as per settling down. Because I started internet streaming then, like they worship here in Abuja and they stream all over the world. So she now joins the online church, like she watches the sermon online and the church service online. So after the church service, he calls the pastor to say what she feels about the production and so they have their discussions. They were keeping up their relationship, that's on the phone. And to a point, one day she came back and she received a call from Pastor Biodun for telling me that he was going to come to Lagos next week. He was going to come to London, sorry, next week. And okay, and when he comes to London, that he will like them to see. Fine and good, your man of God wants to see you, no problems. Then a few days later, he called again and said that he would like her to book logistics. So, which she felt like, wow, I've not done this before, so how am I going to do this? But she still accepted. But a few hours later, she got a call again that she should realize it's all been sorted out. The only thing she would do is just arrange a car that would pick him from Heathrow. So she actually did that, arranged the cab. So the man of God landed, and the cab picked him up, and the man of God called to say, why didn't you come with the cab to come pick me up? So she was like, not being defensive, or just like, oh really, yeah, I should have. But then, and she got invited to the hotel where the man of God actually was staying. So she went to the hotel. On getting to the hotel, call from the reception telling the man of God that she is actually at the hotel. The man of God invited him upstairs to his room, and she was like, she felt indifferent about it, like, room, why? But she still summoned courage and went to his room, and the man of God said, order anything you want to drink. I I don't mind. She said no, she was not going to. So he said, why are you shy? I said, don't be shy. Even if it's alcohol, drink alcohol. There is no problem to it. Okay, feel free with me. And then it was like, this is a man who preaches against alcohol and pubs and all that, encouraging me to drink alcohol. Maybe it's a test. So she didn't fail the test, as it were. So she still maintained her guard in as much as she wanted to have Hennessy and Coke. So, but at that time, so they got talking. He said, how are you feeling in London? Feel free with me. He kept saying, be comfortable, relax, feel free with me. And a few minutes later, the man of God took her to the penthouse. His hotel suite actually has a link to the penthouse. So they went up to the penthouse, and the man of God sat on the chair and asked her to come sit on his laps. Wow. That was how it started. She was like on a spot, but at the same time, she said she didn't know how she just moved and find herself sitting on the laps of the man of God with the picture of this man of God preaching on the pulpit running in her mind. A disclaimer: she said she does not care what you say, that she's not looking for your validation or chastisement or whatever you want to say, no problem, but that she's making a confession. She wants nothing, she's not making any claims. So you're not asking for her evidence, because she does not need an evidence, because she was not claiming for anything. She just wants to free her mind and get out of this. So fast forward, everything happened, and it happened every blessed day for 7 days. Like, they had sex for 7 complete days. So man of God left London, asking that he wants her to be the girlfriend. He would take her around the world and spoil her with money and give her anything she wanted. And she left feeling like, oh my God. But one striking thing is that the man of God told her, say, ESE, I dreamt of you going to the media, and the news was everywhere, telling everybody, telling the media what we actually did, and the news was everywhere. And Esther was like, wow, I cannot do a thing like that. I saw him and I said, yo, no. The thing is that, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. So that word stuck with her and manipulated her the more, tormented her. And she now felt that she is the one that actually touched the anointed. And she's the one who is desecrated a man of God. That she's the one who is guilty. So after everything, she felt so bad. She felt so tortured in her mind. Fast forward to when she came back to Nigeria. So she started meeting whosoever that she could talk to. First of all, she told a friend who is actually a he who couldn't carry it. The friend was, everybody started withdrawing from her. She came to church, that's Coza, but she couldn't bear it. She sent the man of God a text message, said, I am not comfortable any longer hearing you preach and all that. So the man of God also told her in London that okay, asked the man of God, how do you cope with seeing me in church, and you still preach from the pulpit? The man of God said, I will introduce you to a level of grace that you will not understand. And she said, that's the level of grace I don't want to understand. That grace that will make me do something bad and still not feel anything about it. So the man of God now, she now went to see Pastor Flo, that is of Lagos, to tell them, Pastor Flo. Pastor Flo said, when she was telling Pastor Flo, Pastor Biodun had already confessed to me. So he now told her, Pastor Biodun had already confessed to me, so what do you want? Like, do you want money? Do you want any settlement or something? And she was like, no, I don't want money. She's from a well-to-do home. So it's not about the money. It's about trying to bring this man to know that she is feeling worse by the day, and for her to also accept the fact that they did something wrong and maybe apologize to her. That was all she wanted, to be free from that torment, but it wasn't forthcoming. And her effort to meet Pastor Biodun became very restricted, and the rumors started going around in church, and the story got twisted as though she's the bad one and everything. She left to another church and things were not just going right. She tried to, and the elders were not speaking to the man of God and everything. She decided now to come to the public. That is the law, court of public opinion. He decided to come out in the open to actually free her mind, to say her truth, to tell the whole world how it is. And she's thanking everybody who is going to chastise her, who is going to yab her, and who is going to also support her. She's not looking for your support, but she is just saying it so that she will want. She said a lot of people have been passing through this in that church, because people leave without actually any reason for them. Old members that we are leaving, especially the girls, without saying anything. But she has the boldness to come up and say her truth, that she's not afraid, because at the point some people were telling her, don't speak up. Oh, that Pastor Biodun is an ex-cultist. He could send cult people after you to shut you up forever. So she said she's not afraid of death too. Fast forward to 2017, somebody claimed actually that this thing happened to her too in Dubai, with the man of God. She just confessed after Busala, and Busala is now claiming her own. These are three tangible people who are holding, like they've come out one-on-one to say this allegation bold enough. Three women, and then another people that have been passing innuendos. You understand that they've not come out purely to say. And so what do you think, having this story from ESE Walter, the ESE Coza staff, and Busala Dakolo? Do you think that Pastor Biodun is guilty? Rather, do you think he is innocent? Don't you think this is a fight against the church? Yeah, because the Bible also warned that we should be wary, like we should be aware. We should not be ignorant of the devices of the enemy. What do you think? Whatever you think, put down in the comment section below. And hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We'll bring up these stories to you one after the other as it goes by.